Good morning, business networkers. Today is Wednesday, Christmas. It is 5:42. I am just getting rolling with my AI food for thought voice memos to talk about the importance of sharing important content in the age of cognitive decline because of what is being called brain rot. Not a pleasant phrase to even think about. But that's one of the modern problems of the digital age, is this constant scrolling about things that don't really mean a lot. The idea of voice memos is to improve your health, take it for a walk, do something that you enjoy doing because the joy is in the doing. And I'm going to be giving you voice memos that lead to something significant. So I want to tell you what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to then feed what my notes are into AI so that I can see what AI has to say, because in some ways these are voice memos to AI, so that you can hear how I prompt it, how I talk to it, what I feed into it. And then we're going to talk about what it feeds back to us, because I want to employ the deeper learning system of tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. So the three ways that I'm going to make this significant is I'm going to use voice memos to AI about AI food for thought. So the first part are my raw notes of the day about what is on my mind about AI. And then I'm going to feed the transcript of this voice memo, because I do get a voice memo transcript from Apple. I happen to use the Apple iPhone 16 Max. So when I use voice memos, I get a transcript. I'm then going to take that transcript, feed that into AI, see what AI has to say about what I am explaining to you right now. And then I'm going to share that with you in the words of AI, who helps me clarify things. And that will show you the difference between my kind of random notes and thinking and the way that AI can organize it. Then the third part is going to be me creating an info kit, a story, a webinar, a website with what I create from this morning voice memo, how I use AI to organize it, and then third, how I can use an AI presentation bot with what I feed into it. And I want to share the process with you so that you can create content that helps you to get new clients. Now, if you are hungry for publicity and recognition, this is a podcast that you absolutely need to tune into, because recognition is new money. And if you're not getting recognition, you're not making new money. And if you are not getting the recognition that you are hungry for, it's because nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about what you are talking about. Nobody cares about the recognition that you want until they know how much you care. So the fastest way to show how much you care is by volunteering at food sharing banks and doing business networking while sorting food at food sharing banks. That helps solve the problem of world hunger. Maybe a drop in the ocean, but you know what? You can be a start, and you can help share the word about that and spread the news about with AI food for thought about Nourish and Network, so that you can learn how to nourish yourself and your business by helping the food sharing centers and the food sharing network, really. And that's what we want to be talking about, is how to help yourself by helping others for a win-win-win-win situation. And here's what it is. When you help sort food, and it's simple, it's just apples and oranges. And if you can tell the difference, you can put them into a bag that they provide and help organize the food for distribution. It's simple to do. It's quiet. It's got a great facility. So if you want to attend, or if you want to put on or invite people to a shift, a volunteer shift at a food sharing center, then you can meet with them. You can get something done. Instead of, it's great to go out and maybe play golf, but you can do something that maybe helps solve world hunger and invite them to join you in a shift, to invite 10, 15, 20 people. It shows where your heart is. It shows how much you care about humanity and about people. And it's a very, very valuable thing to do. That's why I am creating these voice memos about AI food for thought and Nourish and Network to share the word. So one of the things I have to ask you to do is, if you are listening to this, please share it with one person, especially one person who might be an influencer, somebody you know. Boy, this really sounds like this would be great for, somebody, Mary, Joe, John, whoever, somebody that maybe is an influencer but could really help share the word, spread the word, because what our focus is networking locally at food sharing centers and learn AI globally. So AI Food for Thought is about making social media more social by doing good. So again, what we want to do is help people think bigger, and it's really, really important to think bigger beyond just AI tools, and I'll explain why that may be your downfall, is if you don't think big enough beyond even just tools, and I'll explain that in just a second. But we want to help you go richer by sharing AI food for thought. Now, when you think bigger and you think about the AI industry, let's think of big pharma, big pharmaceuticals, and you can use a drug and it might make you feel better, but where's that drug coming from? Is it fentanyl coming from a drug cartel, or is it coming from an FDA tested drug? So if you look at the tools, you have to look at the source, and that's why you have to think bigger in order to grow richer in your life and use it for your best interest and not being manipulated by it, by not understanding the big picture and the need to think bigger and grow richer. And you can grow richer by sharing AI food for thought. That's what it's all about, is sharing and helping people to understand how they need to super serve to show how much they care. I think a great way, the best way that I've found, is with food sorting at food sharing centers, for a lot of reasons. It's like looking for a house. You shop and you shop and you shop and you look around for the right house. And by doing that work, when you walk into the right house, you know it in a heartbeat. Absolutely right. So I've been looking at all of the options literally for years, ever since I started putting on big networking events. And when a friend of mine, Ross Goodhart, invited me to attend a shift at a food sharing center called the Food Bank of Contra Costa County and Solano County in California, I went, we networked, we had fun, went with a bunch of guys, but I realized, wow, this is the perfect place to put on networking events. They have a system, they have an organization, they have a facility, they have parking. And so this is 1/3 of today's presentation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the transcript of this daily food for thought about AI, and I'm going to see what AI has to say. Then I'm going to share the organization of this with you, and then we're going to create a course with it. And that's all going to happen today and right now. Okay, welcome to part 2 of today's AI Food for Thought podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hayes, and today we're diving into the importance of sharing meaningful content in the digital age. Now, this is coming right out of Perplexity. So I dictated a memo and then I put it into Perplexity, and now this is what Perplexity gave back to me to organize it. So let's break down our journey into 3 parts. Part 1, morning reflections. Good morning, business networkers. It's Wednesday, December 21st, Christmas Day. Happy holidays to everybody. I'm kicking off with some AI food for thought about your New Year's evolution in the era of AI. We're tackling a crucial topic, combating cognitive decline and what is being called the brain rot syndrome by Psychology Today and Oxford University in the digital age. The modern problem stems from endless scrolling through meaningless content. Our solution: voice memos to improve your health, encourage walking, and focus on joyful activities. So do what you really love doing, and your joy is in the doing. And then part 2, AI enhanced insight. So I'll be feeding my raw notes into an AI system to see how it organizes and clarifies my thoughts, or our thoughts, or your thoughts. This process demonstrates the power of AI in content creation and organization. And then part 3 from our voice memo is valuable content. So finally, We'll transform these insights into an info kit, actually an interactive info kit, story or webinar, complete with a quick success survey, so we can find out your thoughts about AI and the future of you. In this showcase, how to turn morning musings into content that attract new clients and recognition. Now, why this matters. Recognition is the new currency in business. If you're not getting the recognition you crave, it might be because people don't see how much you care. You can tell them how much you care, but nobody cares about you until they know how much you care. So the solution, for me, the best one by far, is to volunteer your time for a shift at least once a month at a food sharing bank in your community. So network locally, learn AI globally, and encourage business networking while doing good. So this is what we call Nourish and Network. So by participating in food sorting at food sharing centers, you're not only helping to address world hunger, but also creating opportunities for meaningful, invaluable networking and meeting new people that are really heart-centered who also care about helping the community. So this is a win-win-win-win situation, 4 wins. The people that receive the food that you're helping to sort, they win. The food organization wins. You meet like-minded people, so you win, and you demonstrate your commitment to helping your community, so your community wins. So we want to help you to think bigger and grow richer with AI. So we need to think beyond just AI tools. So consider the AI industry like big pharma. It's crucial to understand the source and the bigger picture. By sharing AI food for thought, we can help others grow richer in life and use their AI for their best interest. So my call to action is, if you are listening to this, please, please, please share this podcast with one other person. That's all I ask. Don't let it stop with you. We can make a big dent in world hunger by recruiting millions of people to help bring in more food, more resources, and really help gather things together and grow. Cross-group networking is about growing all groups, so about growing all food sharing centers and really helping them, especially as an influencer. So if you know somebody who's an influencer, please, please, please share this with them. That's what food centers do. They share food. So we want to help you to super serve and super share. That's what our focus is on, is networking. If you want to do in-person networking, networking at food sharing centers and learning about AI globally. So let's make social media more social by doing good. And remember, the key to recognition is showing how much you care. So show us in this journey of nourishing our communities and our networks, one voice memo at a time. So take this for a walk, feel healthy, breathe, look at nature, feel better, see the future, have more hope, and help share the hope, share the vision. And now we're going to transition to part 3 of this podcast. I'm going to show you a modern media miracle. So I'm going to take the transcripts from my morning memos, plus what was put out by, in this case, Perplexity. I also use Claude or ChatGPT. Put those all together into a transcript to create a course with a course creation app, a presentation app, really, that can create what I think the biggest need is to create info kits. I think the info kits are going to be the solution to so much, because they're so invaluable with content and questionnaires and interactive feedback and everything. So that's what we're going to do next in phase 3 of today's podcast listening about AI food for thought and you, AI in the future of you and the future of all of us. So this is part 2 of 3 parts, and I will join you next by sharing with you how to create voice memos, how to tell the story of AI, think bigger and grow richer with presentations, info kits, courses, ebooks, whatever you want to use to create and tell your story about how much you care and how much you share to help grow your business. That's what we want to do, is use for-profit businesses to help nonprofit businesses so everybody wins. Okay, welcome to part 3 of AI Food for Thought, AI and the future of you and all of us together, and how we are working together to concentrate on making social media more social by doing good and networking at food sharing centers while learning about AI globally and helping small businesses get free publicity express for themselves by showing how much they care by doing volunteer shifts at food banks. And now I'm going to show you part 3 of Modern Media Miracle. So why you should learn about AI to help solve global hunger. And we're going to create a story about this right now. So I'm going to actually create a website. I'm going to use 12 cards. And I think of it as like 12 floors of building a virtual high-rise building all the way up to the penthouse of the AI Genius Club, and working to create awareness of our small businesses, for-profit small businesses, by working with nonprofit small businesses. And my favorite is AI Food for Thought is about sharing food, actual food, by networking at food centers, which makes practical sense. They have a great facility. They have a great staff. They understand working with volunteers. They have parking. Everything that is needed for a great networking event, that is what they have, and that's what we want to concentrate on, is creating a win-win-win-win situation where everybody wins. First of all, the people who need food, they win. The food centers win. Your community wins when they learn more about how you are doing good for social media, because people don't care about you until they know how much you care. So we want to show them, and it's a practical thing to do for you. It just makes sense. So now I'm going to paste in the voice memo dictation that I created this morning to create a course. And this is it right here, module 1. So you're going to see an AI second at work, and why it makes sense for you to do this to save time and make more money. Because when you use AI to create info kits or courses or ebooks or whatever it is you want to create, think of it as Genesis right out of the Bible. This is like a miracle. We're going to generate a course outline right now. So stop spending months worrying about what you want to say. Use AI to help you to create module 1, module 2, and now we're going to show how you can use AI to personalize it and select what would you like it to be. Now, I believe this is a pretty nice color. This isn't bad. It's kind of about fruits and vegetables. So I like to keep the formats simple, to put the focus on the message and not on necessarily the messenger. You may not like the messenger, but when the message is very, very important, it's important that you share it and you support it and not resist it. So please, please, please share this with some influencer. If that's not you, find somebody else to put on networking events at food centers around you so you can attend the volunteer sessions. And we want to create an entire ETV global media network about Nourish and Network so that we can promote all of them, like the old Jerry Lewis telethons. For those of you who are old enough to remember them, you can tell your kids about them. But anyway, we want to create an entire network of food sharing centers. So let me show you how we're going to do it with the power and the help of AI, with AI Food for Thought, AI and the future of you and all of us together. And here's the Modern Media Miracle in what I call an AI minute. So this is real time. You can see this happening right before your eyes. Okay, what we want to do is, as you can see, it's done, and you've just seen it. Now, what we want to do is we want to build a virtual high-rise building, for our virtual ETV Global Media Network. So over here on this side, on the left, watch what I'm doing here with the first floor. I'm going to show you, it's about the future of AI and global food security. So the future has arrived and it's here today, and we are working on this to Nourish and Network and create a virtual global media network. And this is our high-rise building to operate it off online. So we're going to move up to the next story about measuring the impact of AI-enabled food sharing initiatives, empowering local communities through smart food sharing, because they've got a system that's absolutely amazing. And look, we're moving up to, in our high-rise, we're elevating our business networking, and we can take it all the way up to the great discovery of the AI Genius Club in the penthouse of our high-rise building over here on the left. So we're looking at how AI can streamline food donation logistics. We're going to be interviewing people from the food sharing centers about logistics because they understand taking it in, processing it, sorting it, and distributing it. And that's the shortcoming of so many business networkers. They go to networking events, but they try to harvest, but they don't distribute information. They don't complete the cycle of communication. And the centers understand that with volunteer engagement. They get it. They take it all the way through to the top, all the way up to the penthouse of success. And this is just absolutely amazing fit for what we are doing with an overviewed information kit about food sharing centers and their impact on local communities. Module 2, the power of food sharing centers. We need them to help all members of the community, all of the stakeholders in our community, and all of their kids. We want them to be more nourished for school so that they can learn more, be better students, and succeed at school and stay out of trouble. So it's all great for society. AI's role in mitigating climate change and the impact of food production. These are all things we all need to be engaged in for sustainability, creating case studies and voice memos so that we can share it quickly and help people to stay healthy by listening to voice memos while they're out for a healthy walk. And the introduction of AI application in agriculture and food distribution, bringing world-class experts that are way beyond my knowledge or understanding. But we want to talk about AI for hunger relief of everybody in the world now. But wait, there's more, way more. So what we want to do is we want to help you to learn one info kit at a time. And the idea for me is to create one info kit a week so that every business day, business networkers can learn maybe one 15-minute module, or, if you're taking it on a walk or you're doing what you find joy in, maybe taking care of your kids or fishing or walking or golfing or networking or whatever it is you want to do. The joy is in the doing. So listen to the voice memos, podcast listening, taking it all in, and then come back. And if you're watching it on the YouTube channel, click on the more option right below the video or right below the email. If you received this in an email, maybe you got it from somebody who has an affiliate program, click on their link to share it so they get credit for it. So we can all, we're in business. We want for-profit businesses to make money and survive and thrive in the era of AI by doing good and sharing how much they care by working at food centers. So I'm going to show you why you want to learn about AI and create your own info kits to talk about your real estate business if you're a professional, talk about your insurance business if you're in the insurance business, talk about a course that you might have, or your coaching, or your platform like the Great Discovery, which I support, among others, YouTube video sharing. So, because YouTube has a brand new AI algorithm, so you may want to create content for YouTube, and I'm going to show you how to do that with this app that you're looking at right now. I'm going to create not only a website, but I'm going to create a AI teleprompter for creating new content. And I'm going to explain that as I show you how I can create and publish a website right before your eyes as well. Now, this is a functioning website that you can get a domain for. So let's take a look at it right now. Here it is. And I'm going to now treat this as a teleprompter and explain that we are using and we are networking locally at food sharing centers to solve AI for hunger. Now, notice I am reading this like a teleprompter, and this is what you can do too. You can create these gamma websites like a teleprompter to read it, talk about an introduction to AI application in agricultural and food distribution, bringing in world-class experts on these topics, case studies. We have a live case that we are working on with Oxford University to study how we can make our cities more sustainable and good for everyone. So these are things that we are working on, world-class experts, AI role in mitigating climate change, and we have experts in that, the impact on food production, etc. Module 2, the power of food sharing centers. Look at this. This is beautiful. Look at this on the right. Smiling, happy people networking, sharing food, doing good work. This is an amazing miracle of life in the era of AI. An overview about food sharing centers and how we can connect them with ETV global media stories and help all of them. They're not competitors, they're collaborators when we grow the market for everybody. That's what I've always been good at, is expanding the market. That's why I love the concept of expanding the great discovery with AI info kits that are interactive, so we can get feedback from people and really help everybody. So we want to strategize about organizing food and distributing it, just like we want to organize food for thought and help you learn how to distribute it, so we can expand this globally by working all together with volunteer engagement to grow your business, grow your influence, and how AI can streamline food donation logistics, take in more food, share more food, and expand not only to food, but clothing and everything else that is needed today by the less advantaged. So we want to leverage data analytics to reduce food waste, and we need people to share it before it goes bad. So we need volunteers empowering local communities through smart food sharing, smart networking, measuring the impact of AI-enabled food sharing before and after. Look at this. We love abundance, and that's what we want to focus on, bringing abundance. Think bigger and grow richer in the era of AI, overcoming the future of food insecurity and the future of AI. These are things that we can all work together on to accomplish. So please keep the conversation going. Don't let this get bottled up. If you are a networker, do what you should be doing, checking in and following up and inviting people who have an interest in business networking to network at local food sharing centers. Great parking, great support, great understanding of working with volunteers and sharing stories. So this is what we want to do. So what we are doing right now, just so you know, we are actually launching on January 10th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. We're launching your New Year's evolution into the era of AI. Because folks, I have to tell you, this is not something that you can think about joining. It has joined us. AI is like an alien intelligence invasion, and it is going to affect you in your life if you know about it or not. That's why we teach AI education, to prepare you so that you are not taken advantage of by somebody. We don't want you to learn this the hard way. Don't cross your arms and think, well, I'm not going to be involved in that. You're already involved in that if you live in the world today. AI is here, and we just want to make you aware of it. Like Paul Revere called out, the British are coming, the British are coming. Well, AI is here, and we want you to be aware of that, and we don't want you to be caught off guard. So please stay active, stay engaged, learn more, and learn it at a level of thinking bigger and growing richer, not just about a tool, because you don't know where an individual tool might be coming from. Just like in the pharmaceutical industry, there are drug cartels that distribute drugs. There are pharmacies that distribute drugs. You might be using an AI tool that comes from the equivalent of a drug cartel, a bad actor. So you really want to understand the industry and what the source is of what a tool is. So you need to think bigger than just an individual tool. You've got to have the bigger picture about the future of AI and all of us together. So that's what we are here for with the network of food sharing centers and AI Food for Thought. Thanks for joining me on this journey together with voice memos. And I'll be calling out AI audibles the way a coach calls out audibles at a football game or a quarterback does when things change, because things are changing so fast in the world of AI. We don't want to educate you like out of a fire hose. We want to give you a bottle of water to quench your thirst one day at a time, one podcast at a time, with podcast listening that you are listening to on a healthy basis, to help you control the flow. Think of it like your kitchen sink. If you turn on the water, if it comes out too fast, you don't stand there and look at it. You turn it down. You control it, or you turn it right off until you are ready to handle what you need that for to quench your thirst. So that's what we want to do, is help you to learn how to take control of your life in the era of AI. So here it is, Christmas Day. I'm trying to show you how much I care by working on Christmas Day to provide this for you. And I want this to be a call to action. I'm going to ask you a favor. I'm working hard on this, and I want to show what one person alone can do by themselves, even working alone as I'm doing at the moment. I want you to get involved, and I'm asking you, begging you, please don't let this stop with you. Please share it with one person a day. That's what we're asking. Share this with one person a day, and click on the more button to learn more from ETV Global Media, and together we can make this happen. So happy holidays. My name is Mike Hayes. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned. Get involved. Click on the more button right now.